ladies and gentlemen. So I said release a video roughly every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Normally that means videos about power scaling and stuff of that nature. Any other secondary videos I didn't want to count for that. Unfortunately, or fortunately, today I finally received my diploma from my college. So I graduated finally. That's good news for me. Unfortunately, that meant I couldn't really make a video today. Or at the very least, I couldn't make a video I planned to normally. I still might be able to get something out later, but unfortunately I'm having a hard time getting with Kyle to do another Record of Ragnarok video. And I would like to do at least some form of editing for the Trish versus Rachel video. So either Wednesday or Friday for that one. And I didn't really have time to do any other videos today. So we're going to be doing a Fist of North Star character review. And this game is just giving me an aneurysm when it comes to fucking characters in general. And I figured today we might as well cover Roah, since both versions of Roah. There will be a third version out eventually. But for now, there's two versions of him. Both are ultra rare. I believe he's the only character in the game right now who has two versions of himself that are both ultra rares. So that's pretty good. He was actually the second ultra rare in the game. So obviously we're going to review him, review his kit and everything. Then we'll talk a little bit about how I feel about it. And then we move on to the other one. No big deal. So, ultra rare. Absolutely 100% deserves it. No questions asked. Every version of Roah should be above super rare. That's perfectly fine. Great all across the board. Life type. It makes sense because he's a big, beefy guy, but honestly, you could have gone with power type and it would have made more sense overall, but power types are kind of glass cannons, so I can kind of understand why they didn't go with that, but I feel like he should have been a power type overall. Still, it's fine for what it is. We're going to take a look at the groups now. Hokuto Shinken, obviously one of the three masters of Hokuto Shinken, created his own variation of the, Divine Fist of North Star. Absolutely deserves this, and there's the other version of him as well. Keno's Army. I don't like it when they give characters stuff like this, because technically this should fall under everyone beneath Roah, not Roah himself. And also, that would imply they're going to add more people to Keno's Army in the future. But the only people you can add to Keno's Army that aren't already in the game are a bunch of nobodies who they're not going to fucking add because they can't make them just ultra rares right off the bat without, probably just no one going for them. Or they do plan to add the guiding characters in the future, which I really hope the latter is what's going to happen, because I would love a lot of guiding characters to appear within this game. The Guidance offered some of the best characters in Fist of North Star. I'm mainly hoping for Rei Gaiden. I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of Rei Gaiden, but Rofu is pretty fucking cool. And honestly, just both the Rei's Masters are pretty cool in general. Giant. I actually don't know if Solia is that big in the manga. I'll have to revisit the manga on that one, but shit. I guess according to this game, he is a giant. And let's see his Goki here. When damage is received, chi plus 84. When ally dies, chi plus 57. When enemy dies, chi plus 57. Honestly, they should have called it Conqueror's Earth or something, not Savage Earth, because Raoh's not really a savage by any accounts. They really should have called it Dominating Earth or something like that. Anything else would have been better. Not too bad though. The chi overall. I know they had to make him an Earth type, but it's fine. Let's see here. Bloodletting Strike. This is actually I'm actually really glad they gave this to him. A Hokuto Shinken special technique targets the enemy's hidden channeling point. Shinkyushu. I don't know how to pronounce that. Guard and Skill Guard are ineffective against this attack. I don't understand why that's there, because this attack was used specifically on Rei, who was not protecting himself at all. Rei was using his ultimate final, kill myself attack, and Roah throws his cape at him in the anime, and then stabs him with his finger. From what I understand, in the manga, that's off-panel, so we can't confirm what happens in the manga, but that's what happens in the anime, and I believe that's considered canon by all accounts. So this whole guard and skill guard are ineffective. Complete bullshit. Never happens in the fucking series. That should be for every fucking Nanto technique. Inflicts damage equivalent to 10% of max HP at the beginning of each turn for 3 turns. That's fine. I understand you can't go for a direct gonna die moment, so that's perfectly fine. Reduces status effect resist rate by 40%. Additional 60% damage to power type enemies. Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. Power type enemies are characters like Kenshiro and Toki. Not Rei, who this attack was used on, or Souther, who inherently is Raoh's rival. I mean, I guess you could argue that because they're the North Star brothers, they would, be weaker against him because Raoh's, his rival, or like they're Raoh's rivals technically. But this was never used against anyone who falls under the power type. It falls under the skill type. But then that'd make it effective against Salder, and we can't have that. This should not belong here at the end. That's not it's not very good. Also reduces status effect resist rate. I guess it cripples you, so that's how it would do it, but nothing serious beyond that point. So yeah, not the worst, but that's not supported by lore. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the full upgraded poem. I do not have the full upgraded poem, unfortunately. 1 second. All right, let's continue. Where the hell was I? Okay, Hokuto Shinkansen technique that uses a focused chi blast to destroy anything in its path. I thought this ability was referred to. I thought this was called the Emperor's Charge in the anime. I don't know if it's called the Iron Palm in the manga. Actually, I think the other route has the Emperor's Charge or Emperor's Delay. Oh, we'll talk about them. Deals damage in a straight line. Basically, it's just a Toki blast going forward. The name doesn't really matter here. It increases own attack and defensive power by 25%. That's not supported by lore, but whatever. Inflicts extra damage with 200% of own defensive power. He is pretty powerful. Yeah, that's fine. Recovers HP equal to 40% of inflicted damage, not including the extra damage. That's bullshit. That is so much bullshit, but overall, that's a gameplay thing. Can't really get into it. Okay. Supreme Ruler. No, this is already a wrong passive for Roah. This is already wrong in general, because he's not the Supreme Ruler of Century's End. Salder's still in power in his own area. King's still in power, or Shin's still in power in his area. While Gento isn't really that much in power either, they do become in power pretty quickly afterwards. I disagree with the title name. Increases own guard rate and critical evasion rate during battle. Not bad. Nothing to support it with lore though, but that's more gameplay. Overall, it's a pretty good rendition of the character in terms of lore. I'm gonna have to give it like a 7 out of 10 though, because a lot of this stuff isn't supported by lore, but everything else is pretty solid on the mark. I don't like Keno's army all that much, and I feel like this Goki could have been called differently. Honestly, really, it's kind of the names that really kill it here for the character, in my personal opinion. I'm gonna give it a 6 or 7 out of 10 in terms of lore accuracy. Hopefully, the next one will be a lot better. Okay, so this is actually Roah, or more accurately, this is the one they actually fucking call Roah. This is Roah during... So I guess I forgot to mention this. The Roah we saw earlier was a Roah who fought Toki and Kenshiro after fighting Rei. This is the Roah who directly fights Toki during their final fight with each other. Which is not a fucking spoiler. I should clarify this. Well, I guess it is a spoiler for anyone who doesn't know if it's a North Star, but the series is over fucking decades old already. It's had an anime out for a while. I don't think I should have to fucking clarify that shit. Okay, so Hokuto Shinken Master. Absolutely. Great, 100%. Deep Love. I do not like that Roah gets Deep Love. I'm glad he doesn't have fucking Keno's army this time around. So I am very glad that we're not dealing with the whole Keno's army bullshit again. But Deep Love, I feel like this isn't... I guess it's not wrong, but you really have to argue in favor of it already applying to Roah at this point in the... Hang on. Alright. Yeah, I don't know, because... Or hang on, let me check and see when this Roah's supposed to come out. Maybe I'm wrong here. Upon once he gets Shiro and Thousands fight, Roah's convinced he will one day engage in fated battle with his younger brothers. He then decides to continue the path of Keno after checking with his wounds. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is the one that fights Toki. Yeah, I guess, because we do see he does cry at the fact that, Toki can't kill him. Honestly, Roah's like the only person in fiction I've known of so far who just hates the fact that he didn't die. Yeah, I guess I can accept Deep Love here for this version of Roah. I guess that's fair. Giant, once again, the Giant category. It's not going to change. It's perfectly fine. Good groups overall. Obviously, Ultra Rare, great. That being said, though, when we get to a higher tier, we can't have... The next Roah has to be of the higher tier, because if we have a third Ultra Rare Roah, it's just not going to work. Life type, great. Okay, Supreme... This is better. Supreme Fire. Okay, better. Better than fucking... Whatever the fuck the last one was called, like Wild Earth or whatever. When ally dies, chi plus 50. Alright, when enemy dies, chi plus 38. When damage is received, chi plus 10. Oh, so it's the exact same fucking thing, just worse. Oh. I think this one's actually fucking worse. Hang on one second. I'm actually gonna check this here real fast. When damage is received plus 84, when ally... Yeah! It's fucking worse! Oh, that's awful. Well, that's not good. This should be better. Yeah, because... Yeah, no, okay, the other guy has a better fucking Goki. Wow, I did not know that. Fucking garbage ass fucking North Star. Okay, Lightning Strike of the Heavenly Commander of Hokuto. I have no fucking clue what I know what this attack is, but I don't know where the fuck that name comes from, because that name is not in the fucking manga. Or, I don't think it's in the manga. Lightning, because he's not referred to as the Heavenly Commander of Hokuto at any point. In fact, he's not referred to as anything in Hokuto. It's one of the things I didn't like about the North Star, because the North Star has 3 fighters in it, but they're not referred to by specific titles or anything. They're just referred to as the North Star Brothers. Unlike the South Star, where you have like the Phoenix Fist, fucking White Foul Fist, all that jazz, the North Star has nothing. But they keep calling him the Commander of Hokuto in this one. They also do attribute a star to him, which I'm kind of happy for. So gathers all his chi in a downward chop that strikes his opponent. This is the attack in the manga and the anime when he slices straight down on Toki, and then Toki uses the hard fist to counter it. It's a great scene, but that's where his attack comes from. Damages an enemy, deals additional damage equal to 20% of user's max HP, and has a 60% chance to inflict stun. No clue where the fuck stun comes from. That's not supported by lore. Deals damage equal to 10% of the user's max HP, and has a 30% chance to inflict stun on enemies on all 4 sides of the main target. Increases own chi by 200. Okay. Normally, I don't like AoE attacks from single target because it's not supported by lore. This one kind of is, because when he clashes with Toki, the ground around Toki breaks. So there is, force behind the attack. So this is actually very good lore-wise. Increases own chi by 200. That's just gameplay. I can't really say anything else there regarding that one. That's fine. Heavenly Commander's... Okay, yeah, so this is the attack I was referring to earlier. The Iron Palm Fist I thought was supposed to be called the Heavenly Commander's Charge, or the fucking Century's End Charge, or whatever. Hokuto Shinken Technique. Draws a circle and releases a refined powerful chi from the palms of both hands. Damages all enemies, and the enemy with the lowest current HP percentage is the main target. Oh, well, that explains why my team gets fucked. Increases own attack... I think I got it. Increases own attack power, defense power, and damage reduction by 25%. That's gameplay. Nothing to support that in the lore. Reduces damage reduction of hit enemies by 20%. All North Star techniques do something like that. So, even, except for the palm, the fucking chop does not do that. I know I just got done bitching about the chop doing something that shouldn't do that. Deals additional damage equal to 350% of the user's defensive power to the main target. Fuck, this guy's busted. Recovers HP equal to 35%, including the additional damage. Oh, so he gets the fucking additional damage of the inflicted damage to the user. And an ally with the lowest current HP percentage. Fuck. Okay, there's nothing to support that in the lore. He never helps anybody ever. Increases own chi by 300. Ignore stun, silence, freeze, wound, seal, and chi reduction for 1 turn after a secret technique is activated. Nothing to support that in the lore whatsoever. So all the added benefits of this attack are not supported in lore, but like the offensive capabilities kind of are, but kind of aren't either. Because the Heavenly Commander's Charge doesn't actually do any debuffs. Kenshiro uses it against Han, and it doesn't do anything to Han outside of just knocking him back. So that's actually not correct either. The attack does not do pressure points or anything. It's an HP boost. It's fine. Okay, passive. Terror of the Destructive Raging Star. I'm kind of glad they do give Roah his own little star thing here, because that was one of my biggest problems in the main series. Increases own crit rate during battle. No clue where the fuck that comes from, but I guess, just like in general. 20% chance to reduce received damage by 70%. Fuck that. That's bullshit. Increases activation rate to lower own HP up to 80%. Oh, that fucking explains why he's so hard to fucking kill. Ignore stun, silence, freeze, wound, seal, and chi reduction. Status effects, excluding Devil Rebirth silence when they appear as a boss for Inquest for 1 turn. That explains why I can't fucking stun him either. Okay, I was wondering about that. Revives when defeated once in battle with 30% max HP and 50% of the amount of chi at the time of death. Okay, Everything here could not be substantiated in any fucking way, shape, or form, but that is fucking bullshit. Why the fuck does Roah get a revive, but Juza fucking doesn't? Get the fuck out of here with this noise. When the fuck does Roah revive himself in any capacity? This is bullshit. This is gonna drop this fucking rating down even further, because that's nowhere in the fucking lore, and it's not even in the expanded fucking media. Okay, so overall round, I'm going to have to give him a 4 out of 10 in terms of lore accuracy, because he's just not very lore accurate. The group is fine. The Goki, I kind of disagree with, but it's fine. But a lot of the other stuff that comes... No, 4 out of 10 is a little too low, because at least the palm strike's pretty accurate, and the grouping's fine, and everything else is fine. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. He's right there. Everything else kind of ruins the lore accuracy, though. So, ironically enough, the weaker version of Roah is more lore accurate to his portrayal than the stronger version. So, yeah, so first one got like a 7 out of 10. The Keno got 7 out of 10. Roah himself's going to get like a 5 or 6 out of 10. I'm going to have to go a 5 out of 10. He's not very lore accurate at all. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next stream or video.